Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Afi and I'm back again with another video. I feel like I've been gone for a while, but now I am back, hopefully for long. So this is gonna be March recap, and so I hope that you enjoy this video. Um, First of all, I feel like, okay, I didn't post videos last week, and I also didn't want to do the same kind of recap that I've been doing because I feel like I've been saying the exact same thing for the past like 3 months, and so that's just like a bit boring. So this time I decided to focus on one moment, a moment that sort of made me reevaluate my life. It that sounds so big. No, I just decided to focus on a moment that just gave me a lot of clarity, and so I wrote it down in my journaling book, and I'm just gonna read it out, and I hope you enjoy. So I rarely talk about just one moment in my life, and usually I don't keep in mind moments, but this moment actually just like made a really big impact on me, and it happened last week. So it's 1 a.m. on 27th March 2021. This is the moment I realized true mother's heart. So we've been working tirelessly to attend the Blessing Festival. I told my siblings that it would be nice if they attended. I took a nap at about 10:50 and woke up at 12:15. I'm getting ready for it. And my mom comes out of her room and she starts to tell my brother to go to bed because he's supposed to wake up for this Blessing Festival that's going to happen at like 4 a.m. And at this point, it's 12:42 a.m. They have a whole back and forth exchange, and my mom goes back to bed. And so I go and get food, and my brother is still downstairs doing whatever he's doing. When I walk into the kitchen, my sister is there. And at this point, I realize that both of my siblings will probably not attend this festival. So I'm taken back to a testimony that we were given earlier that day, where this guy was basically telling us that they had a function, and there was a bunch of youth in this area, and True Mother was basically saying like, you are the hope, I have hope in you, I believe in you, and stuff like that. But as he was watching them, they were all like on their phones talking, basically not giving her the respect that she deserves, and he felt very, very bad, and he was very angry, and he wanted to beat them. And like, I mean, of course not beat them, but like he was so upset about it, just because he's like, why are you not giving her the same respect? Whereas True Mother is sort of like, you're the hope and I love you, and her heart is so pure like that, and just giving that kind of love. So yeah, and I realized in that moment that I've spent so much time trying to figure out True Mother's heart, and trying to figure out why I should love True Mother the way I should love True Mother. And I realized that it's her heart. It's what's important is what's in her heart, and the fact that she was in this position of like giving so much love to these people who don't respect her back, and yet she just gave her love, and was just like, this is the kind of like you're the hope, and like I believe in you, and I realized that that's the standard. I realized that that's the kind of love that I need to aspire to. Loving my siblings, especially in that moment when they disappointed me. Especially when all I want to do is shout at them and ask them, why aren't you doing this one thing that I asked you and that I thought would be a good idea for all of us? Loving them in that moment when I want to throw a fit. And I know that this is a whole process, and I'll probably just scratch the surface of it, but I'm so grateful for this lesson. So that's basically just like a moment that inspired me so much, because for the past few months I've been sitting down and thinking, like, when I first took my faith seriously, I dove into the Bible, I read True Mother's autobiography, and then I did a divine principle study. So I basically sort of like understood Jesus, I understood True Father, I understood God, and I was really struggling with the concept of True Mother, and we were having rallies of hope, and I was thinking, am I really going to attend this? Because usually they're like at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm just like, all I want to do is sleep. And I attended a workshop where someone basically was like, imagine true mother's heart, where like you want to sleep but she doesn't even sleep, and she's always like up giving devotion and thinking about us and stuff like that, and still that didn't come through. And it's just been a whole process of trying to figure it out, and feeling so bad about the fact that I do not love true mother the way I see other people love true mother, and like I just feel like I need to, you know. So this moment, attending the blessing festival as well, and just listening to true mother's message, and listening to her singing, because she decided to sing during her speech, and just thinking that like she truly has like such a beautiful heart. And I've tried to read her memoir. I joined a book club for it, then I haven't been able to attend it. I've been really bad at managing my time. But yeah, I mean, just thinking about it, and I also wasn't connecting with the way I connected with True Father's autobiography. And so I had just been struggling with it, you know, on top of other stuff that has been going on. And that moment really taught me just the importance of that kind of love. And this is not the first time that I've seen that kind of love, right? I've seen that kind of love with Jesus, I've seen that kind of love with God, I've seen that kind of love with True Mother, and seeing True Mother in that new light. And it's not like this is the first time that she's being like that, this is just the first time that it actually truly sunk into my heart and into my spirit, and just like it really hit me, and I was like, wow, it's interesting, because that's the kind of love that I want to emulate. That's the kind of love that I want to have, the kind of love where I love the people around me, even if they're disappointing me in that moment. The kind of love that like I love my siblings, even though they're doing what I don't want them to do, even though the decisions they're making are definitely what I think is wrong. It's just having that heart of like loving regardless of the situation and being open to it. So that's basically how my month ended, and I'm so grateful that it ended like that, because the beginning and the middle of the month like had been so heavy. There's a lot of school stuff going on. I felt sick. I feel like I've been in and out of sickness since like August last year, honestly. But yeah, like I was sick, I had school, I just had a bunch of stuff to do. And then, can I just complain for 1 minute? Why haven't you been having electricity? Honestly, like once or twice a week we won't have electricity for the whole day, and that's the most frustrating thing, because I've been trying to like rack up on my attendance in school, because I think at the beginning of the semester, honestly, I wasn't attending class the way I should have been, and so I felt as if I was gonna like not necessarily fall behind, but like my attendance would have an issue, and yet we didn't have electricity, so I had to keep like going to school. One day, actually, I went to school so much, and then one day I just didn't feel like going to school, so I went to Java. And I sat there, and it was so nice, and I just remember thinking, wow, I really need to start taking myself on dates. So that was like an awesome realization. But the end of the month, the president closes down the country again, and so restaurants are closed. So, you know, there goes my dream. You know, and I realized that maybe I'm hindering myself, because I know I could find a way. But you know, that's just how the month has been. This is a really short video. I didn't want to make it too long, because I didn't want to do what I've been doing for the past 3 months. I feel like the message has been the exact same thing. Also, I've sort of been struggling to come and do videos, and I don't know why. And it's not that I don't enjoy it, I just don't know. I've just been struggling, you know. But I'm very excited for April. I think I'm gonna have so much more energy. I am trying to grow my discipline as well. I've been such a bad manager of my time lately, and I've had terrible discipline, honestly. Like, it's been so bad, and I feel so bad about that. And so I'm hoping to work at it. So in the next maybe 3 weeks, I'm gonna give you an update on that. Something else that happened this month is I watched the most amount of series that I've watched in my entire life, honestly. And I say that being very dramatic, because usually when I watch a series, I will take a break of like a month or two, and then I'll start another one like an hour later. But this time I was just doing back-to-back series. I did Suits. I watched Suits. Oh my god, that was such a good one, such a good series. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend. I watched 90210. That was so good as well. So much drama. It gave me such an interesting perspective to life. Like, it just made me realize how much, you know, how like movies usually mirror how society is, and I feel like it just made me realize how society is, honestly. And it's very interesting, because I'm just like, wow, we actually, and looking at it sort of, because the setting is basically like these kids from high school, and then up until like then uni, and then they like graduate ish, and you know. And so the reason why I think it's interesting is that when I look at it now and I watch these kids who are supposed to be in high school, and I look at my own life, and I'm just like, wow, it's so interesting how we are all sort of programmed in the exact same way regardless of where we are. I think it's just a very interesting concept. Then after 90210, I am currently watching Gilmore Girls. My god, I love that show. Oh my god, it's so good. I'm almost done, but it's so good. I'm also watching This Is Us as well. I haven't finished it. I'm on like season 1, episode maybe 11. I'm moving very, very slowly on This Is Us, which is fine because I think it's very like I find it such an intense series. So I just want to like take my time with it. I don't want to rush. So yeah, that's like the most amount of series that I've watched at a time, and like in the same block of space like that, and I'm really really enjoying it. Yeah, but then also I've struggled with my devotion. I was not doing that well with it. But hopefully I get better. I'm really really planning to put in so much time. I'm coming up with like morning routines, evening routines, trying to create a structure for my life just so that I can be able to follow a schedule and just be able to do all the stuff that I need to do. And it's not really that I have a lot of stuff to do, it's just that I need to have discipline just from, and like to have structure just so that I can be able to be more productive. I feel as if because I didn't have a schedule, then I was not productive, and so being lazy just led me to be lazy and lazy and lazy, and it was so bad. Like it was such a bad thing. Like of course I was doing schoolwork and I was like catching up on all those deadlines, but other than that I wasn't doing anything else. And if you know me, you know that I like to do like a million things at the same time, and so the fact that I was so like dilly-dallying and just being lazy is not the way I like to live my life. And so yeah, I'm hoping everyone's going to be better, even though we have closed school. We're finishing our classes this week. We're supposed to do exams, but they've been postponed until further notice. So I'm not too sure how that's going to end up. It almost sort of feels like last year all over again. But now as I look back, I realize that I'm in such a different place than I was in March 2020. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm very grateful for the kind of growth that I have gone through, and just how I'm in such a different situation. And whereas last year at this time I was so hopeless and I was in like a really really sad place, I feel as if now I'm more hopeful. And not that I'm hopeful because I can see light at the end of the tunnel, but just because I feel like a different person. So it's really really cool, and I absolutely love that. Yeah, so that's basically what has been going on in March. I did not want to do a regular recap just because I feel like, oh, I've done that so much, it's gonna be a bit boring. I'm trying to figure it out. If you haven't watched a February recap, I did like a Get Ready With Me February recap. It was really really cool, so I highly suggest that you check that out. I'll put it up here and link it down below. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.